I saw part of an interview where Benny Safdie was like, I don't know why. Like, he was like, it's so crazy. I had to ask The Rock to get bigger. It's like, what?
Bruh.
You're asking the biggest guy to get even bigger?
So when you finally see Mark Kerr, you're just like, and even if you watch old footage of Mark Kerr, even at his prime, you're like,
he's still big, but
yeah, he's big, but he ain't The Rock big, dog. The Rock was a monster, dog. Welcome to Probably Dope Movies. I'm Cood.
I'm JC.
And we're here to tell you what The Rock is cooking in The Smashing Machine.
The Smashing Machine puts us in the ring with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as he takes on his most dramatic role yet, playing MMA legend Mark Kerr. Will this performance earn The Rock an Oscar nomination? So, The Smashing Machine.
The Smashing Machine. Dude, we got Benny Safdie's newest flick.
Yes.
That's following Mark Kerr, a UFC legend that nobody has heard of. I've never heard of him. I'm a UFC guy, and I'm from that era of when UFC first came out. And like, I remember going to Blockbuster and renting the UFC championship movies when it was real brutal. And I don't remember him. I don't remember him as a main character, but his career was very short-lived. And this movie basically follows 3 years from 1997 to 2000 and the turbulence that kind of broke his career.
Yeah.
So, and that's why nobody's ever heard of him.
And we have The Rock playing
the titular role.
This titular role of, we've seen The Rock do a lot, but this is absolutely the most dramatic role we have seen him in today.
Definitely. You can tell that The Rock, he knows he's been typecast. He knows he needs to switch it up. So this is his first run at an A24 movie.
And A24 movie.
Yeah.
And like Coot said, Benny Safdie, right? This is his solo.
Half of the Safdie brothers.
The Safdie brothers. We've seen Uncut Gems, Good Time. There's a bunch more.
Uncut Gems was classic. It was good.
Yep. So the combination of The Rock, Benny, and A24, right? It's kind of set this film up to be a potential Oscar contender.
They're trying. This movie basically centers around four main characters. You have The Rock, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, as the main character, Mark Kerr. And then you have his girlfriend, Emily Blunt, who's Don Staples. And
his girlfriend at the time.
And then it has Mark Coleman, is played by Ryan Bader, yes. I think is also a mixed martial arts fighter. You've probably seen this is like his best friend.
Yes,
you know what I mean? And
exactly.
Then it brings Bass Rutten, who was his real coach.
And plays himself in the film, which I bet was surreal for him to be like,
he had to go through the same situation.
Yeah, he's like, okay, let me do a dramatic version of what I actually did. It's gotta be weird.
Yeah. So this is a very somber take on a very brutal sport. Like, if you're going to the movies to see just blood and guts, you're not going to get it here.
It's interesting because when we watched back the trailer, it has this vibe of, it looks like, the Smashing Machine.
Yeah, you think it's going to be like skulls getting split open and stuff. That is not this movie.
That's not actually what it is. Yeah, and I think the reason it's called The Smashing Machine was it's based on the documentary.
Well, that was his nickname too.
And this is his nickname. Okay.
Yeah, that was his nickname.
From 2002, there was a documentary.
Yeah. This is kind of like shot for shot from the documentary.
Yes.
Dude. There's so many frames and so many conversations and just like that are literally straight from the documentary.
You wouldn't even realize till looking back and seeing some of the footage, like, wow, this is,
because we watched some of the documentary and we were like, dude, this is the movie.
Yeah.
So
I think the documentary is like an hour and a half. This is 2 hours, right?
Yep.
So you got to throw a little bit of more drama in there, which actually I would say, from the drama, which is going to be surprising, the most dramatic parts of this film are from the relationship between Emily Blunt and The Rock.
Yes.
Not surprising in that Emily Blunt is always throwing in a good performance.
Yeah, Emily Blunt she's not Sharon Stone Casino levels of dislike, but she gets to a point sometimes because her character, we're not going to diagnose bipolar. We're not psychiatrists or anything, but she definitely has a drinking problem. And this is the thing.
Yeah.
on the documentary, you can see that she has a drinking problem. You can see,
Yes.
but in the movie, they kind of gloss over that. And it's just kind of like, yo, I go out with friends every now and then and drink. In the documentary, they're talking about she's drinking in the morning. She's drinking for every meal. Like in the movie, it kind of glossed over that, which kind of took away from you knowing her character and why she was acting as selfishly as she was.
That's such a good point. Because it really focuses on him and, you know, his, we won't go into too much into it, but his kind of addiction to, right, this kind of cycle of like pain and pain relief. And what can I do to continue to be in this atmosphere, but also not become addicted to just trying to not be hurting all the time.
Yeah. And then he was addicted not only to pain relief, opiates and stuff. He was addicted to the buzz of the crowd.
Yes.
He loved 40,000 people looking at him. He loved winning. I don't even think that he actually liked hurting people because it establishes early on in the movie that Mark Kerr is a really good guy.
Yes.
In the first fight, this is not a spoiler, but in the first fight of the movie, he knocks the guy out and he's worried.
The entire time he's like, I just need to know, is he okay? Is he okay?
Yeah, is he okay? Is he okay? So it establishes that Mark Kerr is a really genuine, caring guy. And so what it boils down to is you have Emily Blunt's character, Dawn. She's used to taking care of Mark Kerr.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And so when Mark Kerr actually gets off of the drugs, goes to sober living and all this stuff.
Yeah.
She has a problem with it because she's used to taking care of the baby.
Yeah.
So now she feels like her role has diminished in the relationship of, okay, so he has way more passion for the sport than me. I can't take care of him anymore because he's not partying with me and getting all messed up and he's not addicted to drugs anymore. So what is my role in it? So it's a very selfish take. He's selfish with his career, but you kind of have to be that.
Yeah.
When you're at that level, you have to be selfish. You have to be about that life. You know what I mean?
To try to thrive or like to try to push to be the best, right?
Yeah.
You have to be able to have those hard, like long hours, just putting in the work and putting personal stuff aside. And I feel like her emotions definitely, make him emotional. You can kind of see the influence of this guy is such a talented, rising star in a kind of new UFC that hasn't really been defined yet. And he, in a sense, I think could be called like one of the potential pioneers of the UFC.
He's definitely a pioneer.
Yeah.
He's definitely a pioneer.
Yeah.
People in the sport were scared of him.
Oh, yeah.
He was set to be a legend. He was set to be a Ken Shamrock. He was set to be a Dan Severn. He was set to be one of these Tank Abbott. He was set to be one of the greats. And this movie is about failing to get to that level.
And also the good point you pointed out was like he was scary, right? He was supposed to be scary. The Rock, he's
a scary dude in the ring.
Yeah.
But outside of the ring, he's a Care Bear.
Yes.
He is literally a teddy bear. And The Rock is spot on with his depiction of Mark Kerr because you get to see Mark Kerr. There's not a spoiler. There is a cameo from Mark Kerr and you see the way he's gentle and how he talks and his just full demeanor. And The Rock is spot on. Prosthetics and all that with his nose. Cause I think they mainly did his nose was different.
Yeah. There's certain,
It's spot on, dude. It is a spot on take of Mark Kerr as a person. So kudos to The Rock. I don't think that.
And to the prosthetics team. Like,
depending on what movies. Yeah, exactly. Depending on what movies come out this year, I don't know if this is going to be an Oscar contender.
Yeah.
It will probably be in some categories, but I don't know if The Rock's going to get an Oscar nomination for this one. He may have to do a couple more dramatic roles so he can ease into it. But it depends on what other movies are going against it. But he was spot on. Emily Blunt was great. The Rock was great. Those are the two best things of the movie. Now, this is the problem that I have with the movie. When you are following a real life story and you follow so closely to the real events and don't embellish anything about the story, it's kind of boring, y'all.
Yeah.
It's a kind of boring movie. Like, there are stretches of it where you're like, not much is happening. But that's realistic. Not much everything doesn't have to be an ultimate downfall.
Yeah.
So they missed out on some entertainment factor by sticking so closely to real life, which could be a good or bad thing.
I think it was so close to the documentary that if you think about the nature of a documentary, it's more informational. It's like, here's his rise, here's his fall, here's where he ended up. But sometimes
his fall wasn't that deep.
It wasn't as drastic as you would think it would
wasn't
be.
that drastic of a, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But also what I was going to say about The Rock was the last time I've seen him, there was Baywatch where he was pretty shredded. He's insane.
Oh, he's a monster.
He looks like a straight rock.
To be a 53-year-old, is he 53?
53, yeah, we looked it up earlier.
To be a 53-year-old, his neck was the size of my whole torso, dude. Like,
dude, these neck muscles were just,
it's not natural. It's not natural. I'm sorry, I'm gonna just put it out there. To be the size that The Rock is and just the rippedness that he was in this movie, he was on some extracurricular activities. I'll say that. There ain't no way.
Oh my God. And I saw that
is not a natty body.
I saw part of an interview where Benny Safdie was like, I don't know why. Like, he was like, it's so crazy. I had to ask The Rock to get bigger. It's like, what?
Bruh.
You're asking the biggest guy to get even bigger?
So when you finally see Mark Kerr, you're just like, and even if you watch old footage of Mark Kerr, even at his prime, you're like,
he's still big, but
he's big, but he ain't The Rock big, dog. The Rock was a monster, dog.
The Rock turned into the smashing machine.
Bruh,
for
he was
this
smashing thing. You get that big.
Oh my God,
straight up.
Yes, there's some we won't even say it, there's certain scenes where I'm like, dude.
And those scenes are great because you will see the violence within him, but then also the softness within him in the same moment.
In one scene.
In the same moment. And there were multiple scenes like that through the movie. So kudos on that. It showed a lot of range from The Rock in this.
Totally.
And so if you are a Emily Blunt fan or The Rock, like this is a well acted movie.
Yeah.
Is it a well done movie? That's questionable. So I think we can get to the score.
Let's do it.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, let's kick it off. You got it.
All right. So I was leaning around a 7 because it's a well done. It looks good. The soundtrack is good. It feels good. But you know what? The overall stretches of boringness, I'm going to have to drop down and give it a 6. I'm going to have to drop down and give it a 6 just because Mark Kerr's life, yes, he was a pioneer, but he may not have been the most exciting story to tell. And so I can't say that this movie is good. This is an average movie to me. And so I'm going to go with a 6 on this.
Okay. I think that is absolutely a fair score. As I was watching it, I similarly was like, okay, there are some dragging points. I'm in that 7 territory. I'm probably going to throw you guys off. Maybe I won't. Maybe I will. I'm actually going to go up a little bit because, right, I think a lot of what this film was it because it was so close to the documentary, it did feel very real. So I want to give it points for that. And I feel like The Rock stepping out of his comfort zone, embodying this character, that, you know, is pretty close to like the actual person. And then giving the little shout out at the end to, you know, Mark Kerr. I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. So we'll agree on a 7.
So we're going,
we're going to do 7 out of 10. The Smashing Machine.
Yes.
It's good.
It's good.
7 is good.
I'd recommend going and see it in theater. Absolutely. This is a theater movie.
Especially if you have AMC A-List or something where you get movies anyway. Like, I would say discount day, Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever that is at your local theater. Go for a discount because you don't want to pay $20 to see this.
Our theater was a little emptier than I expected.
Super empty.
It was pretty much just me cooking in there, but...
And we checked multiple times of the day.
And we're all good to go, yeah.
It's Sunday when we're taping this, but like, it was pretty empty, guys. So I don't know if they're going to get the box office return that they're going to want. But There are elements of this movie that will be Oscar nominated.
Yes. Yeah, I think so too.
Emily Blunt, definitely Oscar nomination for supporting actress.
I can for sure
best
see
supporting
that.
actress.
Yes.
I can definitely see that out of anybody.
Yeah. I could see The Rock
Roller
maybe,
coaster with her, dude.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Volatile. She's just like
The Rock was great though.
Yeah.
The
I think
Rock
he was great too.
in this. I just don't think it was one of those pivotal roles yet for him where it was like, whoa, but this is a good entry point for him to start doing more dramatic roles.
Absolutely.
And so in the future, I really want to see him do more dramatic stuff because I like The Rock, even though he's so typecast and he just seems like a good person.
I want to see him too. Yeah.
And, you know, he's super successful in being that typecast character. And I always like to see, like when Robin Williams did his switch, when he went from crazy goofy guy to super serious roles, it was great.
Yeah.
And some of his best roles were the super serious roles.
Oh, absolutely, man. Good Will Hunting, come on.
Good Will Hunting. And then he also had the movie with Al Pacino. Oh, did you ever see that one?
I think I know what you're talking about.
Oh, it was so good, and I can't remember. I'm going to put it on the screen. Yeah. But that was a classic, dude. But yeah, so I like when people that are typecast switch the swag up later on in their career and try something new. So I give kudos to that. We're giving it a 7, probably dope movie score. And so I'm Kood.
I'm JC.
Thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this review, please like and subscribe so we can show the algorithm that you are.
Smash that like button.
Smash it. I like that, dude. Good job.
Smash that subscribe button.
Thinking on his feet, man.
I try.
But thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for watching.
We'll see you next time.
Yep.
Peace.
See ya.